That's it. Let's go.
To all black historians who have any knowledge of slavery, according to history, people of color was kidnapped from Africa, brought to Europe and also to America, sold like livestock. And whatever bigot purchased you, he purchased you with the attitude you was nothing but like a horse or ox. You were property. To identify his property, he or she took the name of its master. I want you to follow me good. Then your enslaved master took your mama, your sister, your daughter, and had unlawful sex with them at will. So then the children that was born on that plantation, if Mr. Harris was the slave master, then all slaves took on Harris' name. But when white Harris laid with the black woman and a child came forth, the child was mixed blood. I want you to follow me. Black and white, mixed blood. And this went on for years and years. Now to you, to the purple gang. Which one of you black men is pure black? And if you are a product of descendants from slaves in which we are, then there is white blood in your black body. So if the black man have no chance of being saved, then what part of you is going to hell? Because there's a whiteness in you that will make some part of your DNA, some part of you is got to go to hell according to what you believe. If whites have no chance to be saved, and you trace your tree back to a plantation, your black face with white blood. So, tell me how God gonna do this. Is he gonna take the white part out of you and send it to hell, and then the black part he's gonna take into heaven? You said God is all black because the Bible said his hair is like wool. All right?
All right, you heard that desperate speech. Now let's bust that dumb shit down because that's stupid. You see, that's really idiotic and it's stupid. What about all the male slaves, which the seed goes after the man? Okay, you are what your father is. By his logic, he's trying to make like all of us all mixed. No, the hell we're not. What about the Israelite men, the cousins, the sons, the uncles, the grandpops? What about all them slaves? Nobody changed their bloodline. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous when Christians try to use Abraham for all nations. Abraham didn't spawn all the nations. See, this is ridiculous. He's trying to use that logic. See, what the white part of you? Wait a minute. Just because, let's say, like me, people think that I'm mixed or something. I'm not mixed. Both my parents are so-called Negroes. Both of them. My dad, going back to my dad, his dad's dad, his dad before them, they were very dark-skinned men. I get this color from my grandfather on my mother's side, but he has no influence on what seed I am. I'm what my father is. My fathers were so-called Negroes, Israelites. This is Numbers 118. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. When you go into the word pedigree, it's dealing with offspring. When you see in the Bible, he begat this one, he begat that. When you go to Genesis and any other place, when you go to Luke, Matthew 1, chapter 1, with the genealogy of the Lord, this one begat that one. The men do the begetting, and they bring forth the seed after their kind. Even when you deal with seeds that you plant, the seed always bring forth after its kind. Sure, the slave master slept with so-called black women that were Israelites, and he brought forth his seed. Sure, some of them, but every child that the woman had, she didn't have all the children from the slave master, because they tell you about the breeding farms that they had where Israelites slept among one another, and they brought forth more of the same stock. You just had isolated incidents where Esau slept with women and he brought forth. But what did he bring forth? He brought forth tares that were not Israelites. That's true. But what about all the men that already existed that were Israelites that were here? They had children after their kind. The Israelites are still here. We've never been done away with it. We're not all mixed, Gino, you dumbass. And it's very well in the scriptures, the tares and the wheat, the parable of the tares and the wheat. That's what the Lord was going into. Those children that came forth. And the curveball is a lot of those slave masters was Israelites too. They didn't know it. They just didn't know. They was so-called white, right? You had indentured servants that were Irish, that they seed line probably went back to Israel, some of them, and they slept with women, and they just brought forth light-looking Israelites. That's all. But you do have those instances where Edomites did sleep with Israelite women, and they sowed tares among the wheat, but they children didn't outnumber the wheat that was already there. Men that were Israelites stayed Israelites. They didn't sleep with the men and bust off in the men and brought forth. Now every child that man has is all mixed now. Hell no. That's a stupid argument. But he's doing that. So the people in there like, you right, Gino. It's idiotic. It's idiotic. It's idiotic. Matthew 13:38. The field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom. That's the good seed. That's the Israelites. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sold them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. The enemy that sold him to being the devil, Esau, Edom, he did put his seed among the wheat, it was Israelite women, but he didn't change the lineage of the Israelite woman. She was still Israelite. The only thing he did was just made other Edomites. But those women still brought forth Israelites out of that same womb. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is what the father is. The child is after the father. This nigga talking about mixed blood with a black face. What an idiot. But this is the desperation of Christianity. But he ain't gonna stop with that. He gonna keep on going. But I thought that was very low, you know. But he's weak. He doesn't understand. Men bring forth the seed after their kind. That's all. That's what we do. That's all we do. And we tell through the spirit, not the physical, how they look on the outside. This is Pitt Jacob, Romans 8:16. The spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And like one of the brothers said, this dude is confounded. He trying to bring up, hadn't read the scripture yet, by the way. Still hasn't read any scripts. Gino is through. Hey, what else we got? Yo. That's right. Israelites still multiplied in slavery just like in ancient Egypt. We multiplied every time. And even now, you still got that good seed. And the Lord said, let's go real quick too. Let's get a quick scripture here. I want to grab something. He's talking about which one of you are pure black. None of us. Because we're not black. We're Israelites. And he's doing things according to his own words now. He's just giving you a speech. Now he's gonna read a few scriptures in there, sprinkled around about, but thus far into the lesson, he hadn't brought forth any scriptures. This is Isaiah 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And that dude ain't brought no scriptures out. All he been doing is giving you a vision of his own heart. Now let's go to Jeremiah. There are always going to be Israelites here. The scripture tells you there's no end of all the people. So that argument really is a stupid ass moot point. It doesn't make any sense. It's invalid. He's just doing that to blind the minds of the people. And on some level, he believes that dumb shit he's saying. This is Jeremiah 31. And let's just jump in real quick here, dealing with the new covenant, right? We'll jump in at verse 34. It says, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. For they shall all know me from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. So he's dealing with what? The sun, the moon, the stars, right? If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord YAHAWAH, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. So if the sun and the moon is still here and the stars are still here, you have the seed of Israel. You have the seed of Israel still here. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel from all that they have done, saith the Lord. And he's not going to do that. We haven't been cast off. Let's get another. We're still here, baby. We're not mixed. Seed don't mix. It just is what it is. This is Isaiah 59 and verse 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, pure seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, pure seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever. Period. Israelites gonna always be here, the pure breed, because you're pure according to the seed, not according to the flesh. It's according to your seed. It ain't got nothing to do with you if your blood is mixed. Sure, you got the DNA of your mother. You got some traits from her, but your seed comes from your father. Let's get one more here. Jeremiah. And when the Lord delivers, he's going to deliver the seed of the house of Israel. Period. And we can get more than one more. This is Jeremiah 3. And just tight here. That ain't the one I wanted. Nope. Too easy. This is Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Right? Yeah. Jeremiah, we're just gonna go right to the point. Jeremiah 23, and well, we'll go to 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. This is YAHAWASHI. In his days, Judah shall be saved, the southern kingdom, and Israel shall dwell safely, the northern kingdom. And this is the name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel, the pure seed, out of the north country, America, Babylon the Great, and from all countries where I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. And they ain't saying about no damn mix or none of that. It's the sure seed, the pure seed of Jacob among all nations. Let's finally go to here. Let's go to Revelation 7. As long as you got men from the house of Israel, that's all you need. Bringing back seed. Here it is, Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. And these are all men, by the way. The 144,000 is all men. So if you got 144,000 of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000. It goes on all the way through all the tribes. So with 144,000 men who are pure Israelites through the seed of their fathers, how many children can they bring back? How many? Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. And then you got the great multitude that's innumerable, and they too are all Israelites through the seed. This dude's a complete jackhole, a complete anus with no leverage, no nothing, man, no understanding. He ain't on the level. So that's completely destroyed. Let's read here. Man, this is fire too. This is Pillars of Benjamin, Numbers 23 and 10. Who can count the dust of Jacob and the number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like this. Who can count the dust of Jacob? You can't. We're innumerable, right? Another scripture says, though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea. Who can count a handful of sand? You can't even count a handful of sand. Sand of the sea. Yet a remnant of them shall return. Jim S. Vegas, sit down. Second Esdras 3 and 13. Now when they had lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will, and madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And it's not seed as the many, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau. He gave him the Heisman, right? Gave him the Heisman and put by Esau. And Jacob became a great multitude, even in slavery. The slave master did sleep among the Israelite women. Yeah, sure he did. He did. Sure, he put some tares among the wheat, but they just stayed. They just Edomites. All the rest of the Israelites still existed, and they continue to reproduce. So, and wrong again. Wrong again. You've been wrong the whole time. Let's get one more here. This is Jim S. Vegas sit downs again. Sirach or Ecclesiastes 47 and 22. But the Lord will never leave off his mercy, neither shall any of his words perish, neither will he abolish the posterity of his elect, and the seed of him that loveth him he will not take away. Wherefore he gave a remnant unto Jacob, and out of him a root unto David. Flames. Flames all about the neck and head and face. Burned him up. Bayan Yasharallah. Yeah, that's fire. Isaiah 10:22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. What is he taking? Is he taking crazy pills over there? But that's just, he's playing on the minds of the unlearned. These Christians, they do that. That was very stupid. He really opened himself, or he really exposed himself by trying to do that. But we're going to give you more. We're going to get a little bit more of it. Let's go and look at this. I got one more here. Lock it. I want to get this out of Hosea real quick, and then we're going to go back to the video. So this is now Hosea 1 and verse 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass. So first off, it told you right there, the number of the children of Israel will be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And they were already Israelites. The slave master couldn't change that. It was already innumerable Israelites. They didn't all get, so what? The slave master slept with Israelite woman. How many kids you think Esau could have made among the Israelite women? It wouldn't have made a difference. Look how innumerable the Israelites already were, and continued on after that. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. There it is. See? It's right there. Right there. Can't get around that, Gino. But this is for the true believers. This ain't for no fly by nights and people that want just a quick fix of entertainment. Because you'll go watch Gino and be like, man, Gino you was cutting the hell out of y'all. You too stupid to be among us. You're too dumb. You're not cerebral. We don't need you around us. Let's go. So 14 minutes into